Hello, this is Jürgen Herzog here at Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Best Life. I'm a real estate broker here on the Central Coast in California, and today I would like to go over a few things that I've heard so many times over the years, some myths about real estate that are simply inaccurate or false. And one of them is that you need 20% down to buy a house. No, you don't. Prices out here are so high that would be a huge chunk of money anyway. But you can get loans, conventional loans with 5% down. You can get FHA loans, 3.5% down. And the Department of Veterans, for veterans, offer 0% down payment programs. So you don't need 20% down payment. Another myth I hear all the time from people, because buying a house is a bit scary, they say renting is cheaper than buying. If you're looking at the monthly cost initially, that might be true. So you're renting a house for a certain amount and it's cheaper than your mortgage payment. Not by much, I have to say, but it's cheaper. Makes sense. But you might be forgetting that the mortgage interest rate might be a write-off on your tax return. And also, if you get a 30-year fixed mortgage, your payment stays like this for the next 30 years. But if you get rent now, in 30 years, I can guarantee you it's probably 2 or 3 or 4 times as high. So yeah, it might be cheaper initially to rent, but I'm telling you, within a few years, your rent will outpace the fixed mortgage payment. And you also don't get the appreciation that you get with a house. Another thing I heard here and there is that prices are not negotiable. It really depends which market you're in. Sometimes you have to come over asking price depending how strong the competition is. And sometimes if a house is on the market for quite some time or the seller is a bit under the gun having to sell it, yeah, you can negotiate. It really is a local thing. Listen to your local realtor. They know best, and making offers and negotiating. I also have a video out there how to properly negotiate if you want to get more into details with that. Quite interesting because there's a lot of tricks and tips to save you money negotiating properly. Another myth is that you can time the market. It's like a stock market. Sometimes you might get lucky and pick something up that just goes up from there. And sometimes you buy a little bit higher than market. But you have to see the historic general trend. Real estate will always go up. So if you buy now, you will gain appreciation. And if the interest rates are a bit high as they are right now, give it some time. Interest rates go up, they go down, and when they're down, refinance. I know quite a few people that I could not convince to buy because they were waiting for this market to crash and all the foreclosure wave to hit us, the second wave, third wave. You hear it all the time. Go online, go on the internet. You do see all that stuff. Didn't happen, and those people all lost tons in money in potential appreciation, and their rent is now higher than a mortgage payment would have been if they would have gotten a house years ago. So do not time the market. Sellers sometimes have some strange ideas too that I would like to debunk. One of them I hear all the time: we have to price it a lot higher because it can always come down, but that way we're not leaving money on the table. Now, I'm not against testing the market maybe for a little bit within a reasonable price range, but if you're pricing it high, you might not get those offers that you would have otherwise gotten. They will pick up another property that you're competing with. So just look around, see what other houses a buyer could pick up and buy, and look at your value. If it's way too high, you will not sell it. Your house will get market stale and lose more money in the long run. Another thing, a lot of people think I have to renovate, I have to fix everything before selling. Now, I have another video out on how to prepare your house for sale, but a large renovation is probably the wrong path. Don't go there. You don't need to. There's things you can do to spruce up the appearance of your house, but you don't even have to do that. You can sell a house as is. It might just have an impact on your net return. One thing I also hear that people think spring is the best time to sell a house. Spring is a good time, summer is a good time, winter is a good time, and fall is a good time. There might be a slowdown in activity between Thanksgiving and New Year's. That's the only time I would say we have a little bit less listings, a little bit less buyers. but most of the year it's all the same. I heard from clients before that lived in areas where you have a lot of snowfall that wintertime is slow. I could see that. I'm living here on the Central Coast. I'm selling real estate out here. That's not an issue. All year is good for selling a home. I also hear that FSBOs, for sale by owners, save you money. Sellers don't save money with FSBOs. The National Association of Realtors did some studies on it. In an average, they lose 6 to 26% of value because pricing, negotiating, marketing, exposure will bring you the most profit. So for sale by owners as a tool to save yourself money, not the right thing to do, especially if you're not an expert in the legal part of a real estate transaction. And another odd thing, I still hear from sellers, they think they have to do a termite inspection and all the termite repair before selling a house. The lenders require that. The only loan program that requires a Section 1 clearance, which is a termite clearance or pest clearance, is a VA loan through the Department of Veterans. All the other financing forms don't necessarily need a termite clearance or pest clearance. So don't have to do it. Those are the myths that come to mind right now that I like to debunk, and I hope I did. If you have any questions, feel free to call me or my business partner, April Whitehead, anytime. In the meantime, goodbye.